Shanghai, China, a bustling metropolis devastated by historic flooding. Shanghai, a world-famous metropolis on China's eastern coast, once meticulously engineered to withstand the forces of nature, is now being swallowed by the very floods beneath its feet. Torrential rain pounded the city, transforming bustling streets into rushing rivers within minutes. Cars were trapped, motionless, while Shanghai's iconic skyline, once a gleaming symbol of order and prosperity, shimmered in distorted reflections across the floodwaters. The deluge strikes, defenses overwhelmed. In residential areas, the rain poured into homes and apartment buildings like a raging beast. Basements and ground floors filled rapidly, furniture, appliances, and belongings floated helplessly in the muddy current. Residents rushed to move valuables upstairs, stacking pumps and sandbags by their doors. Rescue workers fought day and night, but the downpour showed no sign of easing. Dozens of drainage trucks and pumps thundered through the streets, their engines roaring through the night. In some districts, floodwaters reached car windows. Entire rows of vehicles were submerged, vanishing beneath murky brown waves. The city's transit system came to a standstill. Multiple subway lines were forced to shut down after tunnels and stations flooded. Commuters stood stranded on platforms, staring helplessly at submerged tracks. Buses rerouted or canceled service, and major expressways became makeshift parking lots filled with abandoned cars stuck in. Shanghai's commercial districts suffered crippling damage. Shops and restaurants were inundated, inventories destroyed, and small businesses hit hardest. Power outages left many buildings dark, including parts of the city's famed financial hub, where underground power rooms were completely flooded. In the outskirts, the city limits, once thriving farmlands turned into vast temporary lakes. Crops nearing harvest were buried under thick layers of silt. Rural roads were destroyed, isolating small communities. Rescue teams had to paddle inflatable boats through flooded fields to reach stranded residents. Pumping stations ran non-stop, struggling to move millions of gallons of water, yet their efforts felt like a drop in the ocean. Engineers reported that water levels had exceeded the city's design limits, collapsing even newly built drainage systems. Power and communication networks suffered cascading. Environmental experts say the floods have laid bare the vulnerabilities of rapid urbanization. Decades of development have replaced natural wetlands with concrete, leaving nowhere for rainwater to soak in. When the tides from the East China Sea surge backward through the drainage network, the city's flood defenses simply collapse. Residents described the scenes as surreal. Cars floated down familiar streets, apartment lobbies became swimming pools, people watched helplessly as the water crept higher. Many sought refuge in schools and community centers, where volunteers distributed dry clothes and food, small gestures that brought warmth. When the clouds finally parted and sunlight returned, Shanghai was unrecognizable. Streets caked with mud, debris piled high, and silence hanging heavy in the air. Cleanup crews worked tirelessly, clearing blockages and reopening roads, determined to bring life back to the city. The economic losses are enormous. City engineers have begun a comprehensive review of the drainage network, identifying weak points exposed by the flood. They know that only through learning and adaptation can Shanghai prepare for increasingly extreme weather, and protect the lives and livelihoods of its people. Thank you for watching this episode of DisasterScope. We're dedicated to uncovering the truth behind nature's most extreme moments. If you found this report informative, please like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Some footage in this episode is for illustrative purposes only and may not depict